Hello, folks. I'm recording this video in response to the poll that I posted yesterday about what EMTs are permitted to do in regard to patients with IVs. So let me post up the poll to begin with. Start with that. So here is the poll. The question was as follows: which of the following is correct regarding transportation of patients with IV lines by EMTs? And here are the responses. So B and C was actually these last two choices. It obviously came in out of order over here on the poll. So lesson learned from me next time I make one. So EMTs may transport patients with saline lock only. That is the correct answer. And I'll show you exactly what that is and how that works. The other two choices were EMTs can transport patients with IV bags shut off. That is incorrect. And that EMTs may never transport patients with IVs. That is also incorrect. And obviously the combination of the two is incorrect, leaving just this one, which a majority of you got right by a slim majority. So let's review this real quick. So as you can see here, this is the New York City REMSCO website, nyscremsco.org. Click on protocols, general operating procedures, complete download, and this will give you access to all the protocols and the appendices. So in the general operating procedures, which is the first section over here, you click on that, and it takes you to a PDF of the document. And you will see here in the document, I actually set this up with a spotlight so I can show you, on page 15 is maintenance of IVs by EMTs. So we're going to jump down to page 15 here real quick. And on page 15, you can see right down over here, maintenance of IVs by EMTs. In accordance with New York State DOH EMS policy number 04-02, EMTs may transport a patient with secured intravascular access in place as long as fluids or medications are not attached. The EMT must ensure that the venous access site is secured and dressed prior to leaving the healthcare facility. So let me show you exactly what that means. So I have over here some props, IV pole that you can't see because of my background. So here's an IV bag. It's an IV bag. This IV bag is hanging. At the end of the IV bag, I have a saline lock attached. This is a saline lock. It is a short piece of plastic that has some saline in it. This can be used to inject medications when not connected to an IV bag. It can be used as an extension to an IV bag. And often when a patient has an IV in place, this will be there and this will be plugged into it. So I'm going to hang the IV bag over here where you will not see it. And I'm going to show you what this might look like on your patient. So this might be on your patient looking something like this. So you're going to have something that looks something like that in your patient. But if there's a bag connected, then all this tubing is going to be there. You cannot transport your patient with this IV in place, not with the whole bag, hanging. So this is what you need to do. You need to go to the staff and you need to tell them, well, we understand that there might be a need for this patient to have all of this connected right now. We as EMTs are not able to transport this patient like this. We are able to transport the patient if you disconnect the IV bag and remove the IV bag, leaving just the saline lock in place. Or we can reach out to our communication center and have an advanced life support unit sent to this location, which might take some time in order to be able to transport this patient with this bag connected and or running. Otherwise, what needs to happen is as follows. This needs to be disconnected by the staff, of course, and you can transport the patient with just this in place, just the lock. That is all, right? This would be taped down over here, and all you would see exposed really is this part over here, and that is that, all right? You need to make sure that it's adequately secured. So there should be another piece of tape on here or something similar that can hold this in place so that if accidentally this gets caught on something, it does not get ripped out of the patient's arm. And then not only do you have a mess, but you lost their intravascular access, which might have been difficult to obtain on some patients. So again, in summary, EMTs can transport patients with IVs in place, but it needs to be a saline lock only, no bag connected, even if the bag is shut down. I hope this taught some of you something new and was good reinforcement for those of you who answered correctly. Take care, everybody.